What's up, y'all? It's your boy DTLF. Back with another episode of Around the League live with yours truly. And we got my main man, Meez, the GM. Now, listen, bro. Rob Palenka not doing his job, man. So we're going to need a real GM for the show, man. How you
Hey,
doing
come on,
today?
man. Hey, that's why I came in with the name, man. I feel like they didn't want to do nothing. Maybe I got to step in and take the role, bro.
That's right. That's right. Well, here we are, man. Another day, another dollar. All right. So,
Yes, sir.
got a lot of questions to get to, man. These Laker games been driving me crazy. So it's kind of refreshing to be able to talk about multiple things.
Yes, sir.
But being as this is a Laker channel, you know where we got to start off with,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
First question of the day. I'm gonna grill you, man. I'm gonna grill you today. Just me and you. All right. First question of the day, man. With AD rumored to be coming back, do you think the Lakers have enough currently to make a postseason run? Banger.
and you know me, bleed purple and gold. I'm gonna be honest. Absolutely not.
Oh,
And mainly from the standpoint that when we were healthy, we were still getting smacked. And my
mm-hmm.
main issue is the offensive system. We still don't have one. It's still isolation ball, especially to close out games and going into if we make a plan in a playoff, 4 games out of 7 against any elite team when we don't even have an offensive system to close out games. Nah, we not we gonna be relying on LeBron to drop 40, which he can do,
Right,
but
right.
I'm not seeing it without a move done. Yeah, I can't see
Okay, that's fair enough, man. A lot of the critics will tell us that as long as LeBron gets to the postseason, they've seen him do some things. But this is the West
it.
Coast, man.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah,
best coast, man. It's
that's
hard
right.
over here.
That's right. That's right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat. Hey, if you guys have any questions for me or Meez or both of us, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll make sure and answer as many as possible, man. We're gonna try to get y'all involved. But hey, that's a great answer. I like it. Me personally, I don't know, man. I would have to see what AD looks like upon returning,
Mhm.
and then obviously where we're gonna be in the standings. If we're like 11th or 10th seed, and we got to win 2 games in a row just to make it to the playoffs, that's
Mhm.
gonna be really hard, man. Love you too, Brian. Love you too, bro. But yeah, it's gonna be really tough. Regardless, I still want to see a move made. We've been hearing the rumors. If you guys haven't heard, that the Lakers are pushing, right? This is, and I quote, pushing for Cam Reddish. All right. All right. There you go. I don't know what just happened, but can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Did you hear my question, bro?
No, no, it faded out for a second.
Okay, yeah, the program is tripping. I don't know what's going on, but all right, let's continue. The show must go on. Um, with everything that's going on, um, why won't we make a trade? Like, what's going on? Do you think it's other teams not wanting to trade with us, or is it's really just the Lakers trying to hold on to everything? What's up, Reg Dog?
I honestly think it's all on our end. Truthfully, I think Jeannie is sold on this theory that we can be better 5, 10 years down the line when she's not recognizing that a small tweak could win us a championship this year and next year. And that short-sightedness is killing the team, bro. I thought she had nothing to do with the basketball operations, man. I thought she was giving that to somebody else to make decisions, but this short-sightedness, you're killing LeBron's 20th season. Every milestone he hits, it's a subplot to the loss. So he's not even getting the recognition he's getting. It's just all bad, bro. I'm not understanding. A small tweak could get us there.
Bro, and it's like we have roster spot number 15 available.
Hmm?
We just, came off of that, that contract off of Sterling Brown, and they haven't offered it to anybody else. Why? Why?
Right.
Like,
And
why won't they try anything?
I'm surprised to not see at least what's my man Jay Huff come in here and take Damon Jones' minute. He's down there balling and hit the 3 ball like do something. Like I don't get it, bro.
Anything, bro. Anything. We lacking in the
Yeah.
size department, right? All right. So this is a personal question, bro. Just who do
So,
you have a favorite Laker right now currently on the roster? Is there like somebody you rocking a jersey and shit?
um, my man from the season that I wanted to see shine was Thomas Bryant. Now
Okay.
he's been slipping defensively, but it's still a way you got to utilize him, similar to AD. If you put him in heavy pick and roll, he can give you 25 and 15 on a nightly basis. And We don't seem to have a coach that knows that he'd rather go with Wayman. No knock on Wayman, but 25 and 15 from your starting center, it's hard to beat that. Like, I want that every night, even if we lose a little defense from that. I need Thomas Bryant for 30 minutes, but the coach is just not, he's not seeing it.
That's facts. That's facts. And when we get AD back, we better have TB out there, bro. I'm gonna lose my shit if we're going back to the small ball stuff, man.
That's right.
Seriously. That's right. We better have TB because you know what? Anthony Davis is our primary defender, right? So TB won't look as bad.
That's right.
We get a legit 7-footer who can block shots and do stuff like that. So you're right about that. All right, and another Laker question, man. Kendrick Perkins. You know, he be mouthing off on ESPN and all of that good stuff. But sometimes even a broken clock can be right, you know, twice a day. You know what I mean? Kendrick said that he feels Jeanie Buss is punishing LeBron James for wanting the Russell Westbrook trade.
Ooh.
And I was like, interesting, right? Interesting. Do you agree, disagree with that take, or are you kind of like?
I'm gonna say I'm open to the concept purely from the fact that it would, you know, on Twitter, online, you know, it was reported that it was back and forth between Clutch Sports and Jeanie, and not wanting to have that perception that Clutch is running the team. So I remember when LeBron liked the tweet about Mark Jackson coming to be coach, and it was a report on the radio that Jeanie was like, you know, didn't want to get Mark Jackson just because it'd be another Clutch edition and not wanting LeBron to have control. So I'm open to the idea of that. I won't knock it. But for the fact that she hasn't made any move, it could be some personal energy going on. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's a bad look, man. Let me tell you, if you're right, if you and Kendrick Perkins are right about that speculation, that's a really bad look. Imagine future free agents. You know, when we try to recruit him, is like, why couldn't y'all continue to build around LeBron? Like, that's gonna be the first question, right? So, man, that's a bad look. But let's hope for the for you know, something different. All right, what do you think about the light the beam Sacramento King chants in our house yesterday, man? That shit hurt me to the core, bro.
Bad. That's when my 16-year-old walked out the room. The game was over, handed me the remote, said, "You take it, Pop." I was like, "Oh." He don't even know with his pop no more, man. This is getting bad when we got the fans chatting for the opposing team in our building. That's when you would think, I mean, a press conference, an announcement, something is said, and once again, we don't hear nothing from the front office, no message, nobody's on the hot seat, it's just crickets. It's just on to the next game. And I don't get it.
That's horrible, man. Like, I don't understand why we don't have I said this in my post game. Why don't we have somebody coming out speaking to the media? They let the players take the downfall. You know, all the rumors are flying rampant, but nobody is calming the storm. It's almost like they hiding, right? And that's a problem for me as a diehard Laker fan for 25 plus years, man, 24 plus years. You know, it's been it's been such a mystery. Usually you have, you know, either Mitch Kupchak or somebody come out and speak to the media sometimes, you know, especially when you're on a skid. But hey, it is what it is. All right. I think this is the last Laker related question of the day. Unless the chat, if you guys have any questions, I'll go ahead and do my best to answer. But the last one is, you know, 3 times in the last week and a half or so, you know, the refs have missed a call and admitted in the L2M report that they missed said call against the Lakers. Last night was just another situation with the Kendrick Nunn. They said it should have been an and one. I think even a blind man could have seen that foul. You know what I'm saying? Like what needs to happen to hold these gambling ass refs accountable, man? Like what do you think they should be fined? They should be suspended? Like what needs to happen, bro?
I think you caught it right out the jump, and I've been saying this for a minute. If you, especially game-winning calls, there has to be some type of fine to an official, so where they have the onus is on them to, like, this is getting consistent now. They have to have some type of fine that we know which ref did it, and or for the crew. If you got to fine a whole crew, it has to set a precedence, because this can't continue on a nightly basis and nobody says anything. Right. And after the fact, we're like, oh, we should have won this game. We should have won this game. But it don't do us no good now.
That don't do us any good, man. We don't get half a point for that BS. So you're right. You're right. My suggestion is a little more unorthodox, man. You know, I'm from the hood, so I would just plaster them all over their face all over arenas and being like, refs wanted, gambling. You know what I'm saying? Just embarrass the crap out of them. So they try to get it right the next time. That's it. Because I'm not trying to take away from a man's family. or anything, they got to get paid. But that's what I would do. Just expose them, embarrass them. Like, this was the ref right here. This was the guy.
I love
so that's what I would do, man. All right. We are at about, it might be more now, because this, I checked the statistic as of yesterday, and it says 107 is the most 40-point games in the NBA, man, in NBA history through January 18th. Second place was in 1962 with 77. Are you impressed by that stat, man? I do want to know. Is it impressive to you, even in the modern day era with all the free throws and people living at the free throw line? Like, what's going on?
I am. I mean, when you watch Ja Morant, Luka, I'm definitely impressed by the talent level. It is offset by the fact that they're throwing up 10 plus 3-pointers a night, so you're going to have more of those. But I absolutely am impressed by the offensive explosions by some of these young cats in the game. It's just a beautiful thing to see.
Well, yeah, I mean, to that degree, I agree with you, halfway through, but there's no defense being played nowadays, man. We just saw the Houston Rockets drop 130 on us. The Houston Rockets, we're rebuilding Houston Rockets. I remember the days when the Charlotte Bobcats were rebuilding. They would drop 60 points in the game.
Real talk. Real talk.
So no defense at all being played. Anybody could come in and get 130. So for those reasons, I'm not impressed. But other than that, the offensive skill set has evolved over the years. Now you got everybody shooting half-court threes and stuff like that. Crazy athletes like you mentioned, Ja Morant. So in that sense, yes, but yes and no. I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. Looks like we got a question here. Did I lose it? Let's see. Here we go. I think I missed your question. Let me see. Oh, I'll go with the quote. My man said, "Fans need to stop showing up, then they will get it then."
Bro, if you could let me and you been saying this in the summertime, bro. That's the main message. See, because at the end of the day, the Laker management is like, we had a sold out arena, the money's coming in. What's the issue? When the players come out to an empty arena, that's when it's game over.
Here's the problem I have about that. The Lakers are one of the most faithful fan bases out there. Like, we always pack out arenas. It's rare when they're empty. Like, there had to be a traffic accident or something for people not to make it by halftime, but it's rare, and wouldn't that kind of categorize us as like fair weather fans if we start doing that? I mean, I get the message. I get the message completely. But then again, you got, like, for example, the Kings. They were taking over our arena the other day when they beat us. We never heard from the Kings since 2001. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's light the beam. It's light the beam. No disrespect. Right. They got a fun young team. They're in third place in the West. But we didn't hear about them until they started winning. We don't want to be categorized, in my opinion, as that type of fan base. You know what I mean? But I do think that the fans are being really loud and clear. Jeannie hasn't even tweeted in months, right? If it's not like politically related, she hasn't really tweeted about anything.
That's right.
So I think she hears it. I think she definitely feels the pressure, hears the noise, and I think the fans are doing a good job of that. Now, absolutely. If you as a fan, for whatever reason, don't want to show up to the game, then that's, I respect it. But listen, if I get tickets to go to the game, bro, somebody I'm there, man. It's an experience. Hey. Win or lose, it's an experience. You got the jerseys hanging from the rafters. You got wonderful people out there, man. It's just great, So I can't blame people personally. What do you think of that, man? You're not going to games this year?
Dude, I haven't been in a few years. I actually told my son, until we get a coach or until we are a winning team where we can expect to win, I didn't want to spend no money. Okay. I didn't even want to do it. And it got to a point after some of these last losses, I saw some trending on Twitter that cats might have to start canceling the Sportsnet. Because I feel like at some point, fans, we're being disrespected. Like, we're paying monthly to see this with tickets, jersey sales. We are born and raised into this franchise. So it is. I know some people say it's just a sport, but it's personal.
No, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely personal.
When you see the owners is like, we don't care. So the fans like, so I got to keep spending money. Like, come on, man.
I feel you, and I agree with that sense. In that sense, that the Lakers are not cheap. You know what I mean? By no sense. Like, if you're a local, you got to pay for cable. Now, if you live in a different state or a different country, you get league pass, you're taken care of. $200 for the whole year, you're good, except for the, locally televised, blocked ones. But that's a heck of a deal, But for us to have to pay like $160 a month just for cable,
that's right.
What I'm saying? Because that's what they took it away from K-Count 9, man.
Yes, indeed. I miss those days, man.
Listen, I always tell this story, but My family were Laker fans even before I was born, and
Yes,
I
indeed.
remember them taking me to Subways, man, to the Subway. Eat fresh, not
Wow.
the Subway like the train or nothing, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And I remember them taking us there to watch the games that were televised on cable because we couldn't afford cable.
Mm,
We're from
mm,
Compton, California, living in the projects. We couldn't afford cable,
yeah.
so we would go watch the games. I remember the battles, versus the Kings in the playoffs
Yes,
that were coming
indeed.
out on cable. We'd be at Subway, with a cookie, ordering the cookie because it was cheap, bro. And I miss KCal9 because that thing really
Yes,
got us
indeed.
through, man. So
Man.
they took away our comfort zone, which was KCal9, and
Mm,
then now they putting out this product. What's going on, man? We need
yeah.
something better for sure.
That's
But
a real fan right there, bro. That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, man. All right, now I want to play another game with you, man. It's called, buyers and sellers, or should they stand pat? And what this is basically, should they at the trade deadline, should teams buy, which means trade to improve the roster? Should they be sellers, which means start the rebuild early, get rid of some assets, bring back some draft picks, or should they just stand pat? All right. So I'll throw names out there. You give me your opinion, I'll give you mine. All right. The Nuggets.
Nuggets, I think they got the pieces. I'm gonna say stay.
Okay.
I mean stay, excuse me.
Okay, that's fair. I'll say the same thing. They won 8 in a row. I say stay. Now we're gonna go down the line, right, in order. The
Okay.
Grizzlies.
I'm not seeing what they're missing other than consistent health. So I'm gonna say stay.
I'm gonna say bye, man.
I
I
say
feel
bye.
like they're missing a veteran leader that could be, like you said, consistent and come in and rein these guys in, because at times they can get a little cocky, a little too much selfish
They
individual
need
play.
a Pat Beverly on their team. That's what they need.
Yeah, they could take Pat. We'll take a first round pick for Pat. Facts. No, but real talk, man. I feel like they are missing a veteran. I don't know what exactly it is, but they have won 11 in a row. So that would, make me sound dumb right now. But in reality, I just feel like in the playoffs, when everything slows down and your strengths get taken away, you need that veteran leader to settle you down. And they do got a couple of guys, but it wouldn't hurt to add one more. All right, Sacramento Kings, man, light the beam right now.
Buy all day. They're it's cute. What they got going on is cute right now. They gonna make a little noise. If they can hang around and make the play in, it'll be just congratulations for one game. But buy. They gotta make something happen.
Yeah. I agree. They won 5 in a row. I mean, including us, so they're doing all right. The Pelicans, 4th in the West. Buyers, sellers.
I'm gonna say stay as well because they haven't had my man Bi for a minute. I'm not sure how long he's been out. Definitely over a month. And once he get back,
Right.
it lights out for the league. It could be.
Hey, they were a top 2 team when Zion was healthy too.
Yeah.
He just got hurt, but he's always getting hurt though.
That's
Are
real.
you concerned about Zion, bro?
Absolutely. When you build like that and you jump as high as he do, kind of like how I feel about John Morant. When you that high off the ground all the time, it's not going to lead to good results after a while.
Fact. I agree with that, man.
The way this dude attacks, it's one landing on a foot is a wrap.
And he's built like a damn what do you call it? A bowling ball.
Real talk.
Imagine that weight landing on your knees all the time.
Man, it's hurt.
You better wear some extra cushion shoes, the Nike Shocks or something, bro.
That's right.
You gonna need something to, man, the Hulk coming down on those knees. It's crazy, bro. But all right, I say stand pat too. I like what they're building over there. The Mavericks. Oh, that's a good one right there.
I'm gonna have to buy on that. I'm gonna need one more move as a GM. I'm not even sure what it is. Something, maybe another scorer off the bench to take the load when Doncic goes to the bench. But I think they need one more small little to be able to spell Luka to get.
I agree. 110% agree. I don't think we've disagreed yet, but I agree, man. Look, Luka even said he wants a trade, right? Like he wants players to come in according to reports. So, I mean, you're right. And who do you think would fit in with him? I think somebody who could play off the ball, catch and shoot like a sniper. You know what I mean? Like a real sniper. Like if they could trade for what's that guard from Toronto? Gary Trent Jr. Something like that.
That would be a smooth pickup. He could play off the ball or take the ball over when Lucha sends out.
I think somebody like that for them, even for us, that'd be great, But I think something like that could really, to replace the production they lost from Jalen Brunson, because Jalen Brunson has been phenomenal for the Knicks. He got him playing better than us right now, man.
Yeah, no, that was a big closer.
Crazy, man. That was a bad loss on Dallas.
Yeah, that was big.
All right, Golden State Warriors.
You know what I feel about Golden State? Because the whole league moved over to their style, I feel like they don't have that special oomph anymore because everybody kind of caught up. And I'm not sure what one piece can get them over the hump. You're starting to see a little bit of the age in some of the games. So I don't know one tweak that could change their thing. I would hate to say that the era is over, but I just feel like everyone's caught up to where they're not that special anymore with what they do.
So you say stand pat?
I would say bye. I just don't know what the absolute one player fix is for them.
I'll tell you what, my opinion of them is a little different. I'll disagree in the sense that they messed up, they fucked up their chemistry completely by what happened with the Draymond Green.
Draymond took the whole out.
What they call the donkey punch. You know, he messed up the whole chemistry one hit. And so, in my opinion, you got to get rid of one of the two. Now, obviously, they probably don't want to get rid of Jordan Poole. I would trade Draymond Green, see what I can get in return. Maybe John Collins, something like that, in return. If I had to throw in a pick or a young player, I'd do it. Moses Moody might get it done with the Hawks, something like that. I feel like that will put him back on track because right now they just I don't buy the hype we talked about last week that they're gonna come back stronger because Curry's healthy. Well, the chemistry's not there. I just don't see it. Locker room divided,
Once you knock my man out, you can't bounce back from that. Especially when it's on camera. You can't bounce back.
I'm not going to war with somebody that knocked me out. I'm not running through no wall to somebody who knocked me through that wall.
No, it's gonna be a side eye every time I see him. It's a problem.
Bad, bro. All right, Utah Jazz, man. Utah.
They had their little and that's about it. I think their goal was the tank, so I think they got everything they want right now. Just ride out, get them tickets sold. So I think they're actually, I would say, stand just because they're in a position that they want to be in, which is just
okay. Interesting. I'm selling everybody on their roster, and because they got value, man. They got value early on, so I'm selling all these suckers, man. And then I'm rebuilding because I already have draft picks. I can add more draft picks, and I don't think they're contenders, so why waste a year and miss out on the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, right? So I'm selling everybody on that team, man, right now while they're hot. Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson can go. They can all go. All right. The most hated team in the league, man, the Los Angeles Stinkers.
Man.
What you doing with them, man? I'm going to tell you mine right off the bat. Sell it. I'm selling them all the way to San Diego, man. They can go. The franchise, the bird can go to, the owner.
Man. I've had them go back to Seattle for a while. I don't know why they don't move back to Seattle. I think
but my good people at Seattle say they don't want them. They'd rather not have a franchise than have the Clippers. That's crazy, right? We got Laker fans everywhere, man. But listen, the reason I'm selling is because that team has always been a pretender. I called it from the moment they got Kawhi. That Clipper curse is real, man. They're not playing basketball; they're playing beach volleyball. Just look at the logo on the chest. Man. It's different over there. So I'm selling Paul George. Kawhi, anybody try to rebuild and then try to move my team out there if I was a Clipper. Not just me. Not just me.
I'm mad at that at all.
Thunder.
I don't know really what's going on with them. I know they have like 1,000,008 picks, so and it's hard to get a superstar in free agency. So I'm actually still say stand just because I know they got their picks coming. So I mean, unless they try to move my man Gilchrist. Something like that, but other than that, I can't really see what moves they can get other than in the draft market.
What you call my man, Gilchrist? Gillius Alexander. Yeah. He got a hard name to see. They've won 4 in a row, man. They're 9th in the West. I'm a buyer if I'm the Thunder. They got so many picks and they trade a couple. They're not gonna miss any. So I'm looking to bring somebody to play with. I'm gonna call him Gillis. I'm gonna call him what you said, bro. I like that. That's Gillis, man. That's young Gillis right there. I'm bringing somebody else to play alongside him. They would have had Chet Holmgren. Unfortunately, he went out with injury, but he was looking good in summer league. So you're right. That team has a bright future. All right, we said enough about the East, man. Well, actually, I gotta touch on this team, man, because they are super. Let's finish out the way. Let's go quick round, speed round. Timberwolves.
They got to do something with the big man, with Gobert. They now getting clowned for it, and it's easy to move him, get some picks, so they can get back to the chemistry they had last year.
Facts. I agree. I'm listen. For me, I'm selling because they just became a part of the worst trade in
Mhm.
NBA history, man. In my opinion, that was horrible. They gave up like 90 first-round picks for the Stifle Tower.
Right.
Shout out to Kimiko. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so the Trailblazers. Oh, and by the way, I had a question here about the Trailblazers. I might as well ask it now, bro. Uh, Listen, do you think Damian Lillard made a mistake by staying faithful to that franchise? They're currently
Absolutely.
11th, right?
Absolutely.
But here's my
Absolutely.
thing, though. Here's my thing is that people always complain about there's no loyalty in the NBA. It goes both ways, right? They haven't gotten him enough help. They traded CJ McCollum. Why?
I still don't get that one. I still don't get that.
Yeah. So do you think he should demand a trade at this point in his career? He's what, 31?
I would do it low key because they seem like a respectable organization that they'll let it happen without him having to go to the media and everything. That way he can save face with the fan base and be like, hey, I tried and I was loyal, but move him on to where he wants. I think he's the type of player that deserves that amount of respect from them and let them rebuild into something else, but send him on to a contender instead of wasting his years.
Big facts. All right, the Phoenix Suns, man. Listen, I'm jealous of the Suns, man. There's a report out there that the ownership just gave them the green light to do whatever it takes, including taking back salary and trading picks to get better.
Wow. How can we get like that, man?
Yeah, I'm hella. Are you jealous?
Man, absolutely. Can we do Can we do that trade? That's the one I want to do.
Facts. Let's trade GMs. Facts. My man right here, Dontario, appreciate you, bro. He said Minnesota has caused inflation with trades. You're right. You know what? That's another good point. I can't stand Minnesota because they thought they was making a life-changing trade or something.
Yeah, that's right.
It's still cold in Minnesota. Last I checked,
Right.
Nobody wants to play there, man. So bottom line is they making all these trades and stuff, and they gave up so much. You're right, Ontario. They messed up the trade market for everybody, including our Lakers, and that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. I'm not even gonna ask you about the Spurs and Rockets. We know they're sellers.
Yeah, they done. Yeah.
Eastern Conference, man. The Celtics, buyer, seller.
I'm gonna stay. I think they got the pieces. They getting the swag. They feel like they can knock anybody out 4 out of 7. So I'm staying pat. What they got going on?
Okay. Yeah, I agree, man. I hate Boston, but they've won 7 in a row. Got to keep it facts. What about the Bucks? Milwaukee.
Bucks, I think they're being hurt by Middleton not being back yet to his level. So I'm gonna have to make a move. Something small just to keep them afloat. So it's not so much burden on Giannis, but we need Middleton to get back to all-star form. And once he gets back, I think they can be there. But until then, they need a small little something.
Listen, I have Giannis on my fantasy roster. You better start playing because he's been out for about a week and a half, bro. He's been hurting me. But yeah, I agree. Maybe I've heard they're actually involved in the trade rumors. I heard they want pieces, they want players. So I'm curious to see who they trade for if they do make anything. But yeah, I agree. Something minor, maybe some more shooters. Philly Dilly, man. What we doing with the Philly steak cheese sandwich?
Hey, I'm curtains on Philly. I can't see it happening. And I hate to say it, watching these games, Doc may be as bad as I'm hearing the fan base talk about. I don't watch too many of their games, but they light him up on a nightly basis on Twitter. I can't see it at all. They should have moved Doc in the summer. I think they're gonna waste James Harden and what's my man Embiid's year. They got to do something, but I think their superstars could possibly be the problem. So it's hard. Like with Olajuwon coming out, like why is he shooting threes? And Olajuwon,
you heard of the Fantastic Four? Those are the Floptastic too, man. Those two right there flop like fishes, man. They all over the place, but they don't get those calls in the playoffs. That's why they don't get far. That's the bottom line, right? I think Kobe said James Harden would never win playing that style. Like he just pounds the ball, dribble. He's become a better playmaker since then, but that flopping stuff got to go.
Yeah.
My man right here asking the question, man. Would you take D'Lo back? I'll let you go first, Meez.
I'm not rocking with D'Lo. He's cool. He can have his games where he can hit a couple. But in a playoff series, I haven't seen enough of him in the playoffs where I'm like, okay, he's gonna consistently get you 4 out of 7.
That's right.
He's cool.
Say the real reason you don't want him back, Meez. You see, we don't fuck with snitches over here in LA.
He snitched on my man.
No, hey, bottom line. The bottom line is that he still has an ego about himself. He's been talking smack, bro. It's like, I love D'Lo, man. I love every player we drafted, but it doesn't seem like he's grown up.
at
Like
all. At
he's
all.
still throwing shots at people. It's like, bruh,
Yeah.
come on now.
If he
But
produced to the level of his ego, that'd be a whole nother argument. But he's not that dude that he thinks he is. I don't know.
his best season was the one where he had with the Brooklyn Nets. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that shit was fun to watch, man. That was
Real
a
talk.
fun when they had Karras, LeVert, Spencer
Yeah,
Dinwiddie,
that's
Jared
what's why.
Allen. Yep. All right, my man XRP boy, appreciate you. He said the biggest slight on the team has been Damian Jones. In my opinion, everyone says we need a big, but he's right there on the bench. He said, and the only way for him to get better is to play him. Will definitely open up vert spacing. Well, my thing about that is the times they have played Damian Jones, he hasn't given us consistency. Look, first he's not a floor spacer, so you need the spacing's already bad on the floor. You need somebody like TB who can space the floor a little bit, at least hit some middies, you know. At times off the bench, I do agree with you, or I would have liked to see him because we going small, and I'd rather see this man alongside Wenyen Gabriel, that we have some more size. But if they're not going to play him, I say my opinion is that they cut him. But I do appreciate you, bro. What do you think, Meez?
I'm with you on that. He in some instances he's been unplayable, but I would rather have him in 5 minute spurts over these 5 guards on the floor at the same time, any time of the day. Get him a run. You can always use a 7-footer block a shot or two and sit him back down rather than Wayman Gabriel getting in foul trouble and you go into these guards. I say get a man a little bit of burn.
That's facts. That's facts. Okay. That's fair enough. All right, next team, man, the Brooklyn Nets. All right. Stand pat or make a move or blow it up. What you doing, bro?
I still need another move. I think they're gonna be hit or miss any other night whenever that 3 ball's falling. But when it's not, they won't be. I don't think they can win the game any other way other than when their 2 dudes are hot. If they're hot, drop 130. But if they're not, they can't beat you defensively. They can't beat you in a half-court game. It's gonna be tough. So they need something. They got to get something.
You know how we rely heavily on LeBron James? They do the same for Kevin Durant, man. Since he went down, they're not doing so hot. They started off really hot, but ever since then, you know, they've lost 3 in a row. They're 6-4 in the last 10 overall. So, yeah, look, to me, they've always been a pretender just because they don't have the best defensive team. We know defense wins championships, you know. I got Milwaukee and I got Boston easily over them. Out east. Matter of fact, I got Cleveland over them, you know. And let's go to Cleveland. Stand pat, make a trade.
I'm rolling. If they healthy, I think they can do it. I'm standing pat. I think they got the pieces. They got the swag with my man from Utah coming in there. I think they got the pieces to get it done. At least make it to the Eastern Conference Final.
Big facts, bro. You know what? That's my dark horse in the East. You know, Luka and the Mavericks are my dark horse in the West, but out East is definitely them because, like you said, man, like that team right there got everything. And Donovan Mitchell should be a prime example of why Damian Lillard shouldn't pledge his loyalty. Donovan Mitchell pledged his loyalty to Utah. He didn't get that same love in return. They ended up trading him to Cleveland. He didn't even want to go to Cleveland at first. You know, he said in an interview he wanted to go to the Knicks. He thought he was a Knick. They did him dirty. They traded him to Cleveland, but he made it work. And Damian Lillard, you know, scared money don't make money, bro. Yeah, sure. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. I've heard his podcast where he says, "Oh, what if I get dealt somewhere and it's not a good situation?" You'll never know. You're not in a good situation now, anyways. You know.
Real talk.
So that's how life is. When you stay in your comfort zone, you know, eventually it's gonna come back to bite you. Rather than you know taking that risk, it should pay off in the future. Look at again, Donovan Mitchell's a perfect example of that. If he would have stayed in Utah, you know, he would have been the forgotten star, just like Dame, right?
Right. That's right.
But let's see what happens there with Cleveland because they're very interesting as a unit. Miami is looking a lot better. 7-3 in the last 10.
They're looking good. I still need a move from them only because I think teams have kind of figured it out, and that might be waning a little bit. They might need a little shakeup, even if it's Butler. They need a shakeup just to get that exuberance back. They've been to the finals, you know what I mean. So I think they may have some tired legs. They may need some youth kicking in over there or something.
Facts. No, for sure. That's for sure. I think they should trade. I think they should trade old bubble butt. What's his name? Kyle Lowry. They got to get rid of Kyle Lowry, man.
Walking around looking like somebody's uncle. He just
look at that man wearing a diaper for sure, man. You can't talk to me otherwise, man. I'm just playing. Nah, but yeah, man. I think that's what they got to get rid of right there because I've seen him play and he's inconsistent. He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
no longer the Toronto Raptors Kyle Lowry. New
That's
York
real.
Knicks. New York Knicks 25-21. You know? Well, what you got? What you got on them?
I hate they found a way to have a better record than us, but I'm still selling, man. Again, it's cute enough. They're gonna make their noise and get swept in the first round of the playoffs, and then all the Knicks fans will be. They're always been my brother fan base. Like I always feel bad for the Knicks fan base, man. Like get him somebody. New York needs something.
That's that underdog team I always root for, man. I always like the Knicks. That's why I call them my second favorite, just because they got a loyal fan base, and I respect that.
That's right.
And I've been rocking with them since they had Latrell Sprewell, man. So
that was my squad though with Sprewell and Allen Houston, man.
People don't know about those Knicks days. They were fun to watch. I also like the team that had Jamal Crawford, Stephon Marbury, Nate Robinson. That was a fun team to watch too. So, man, they always, fall off, unfortunately. But I like them. Let's see what happens there. And then the last team I'm gonna do from the East is the Bulls. I just pick one randomly. The Bulls, man. I think it's an easy one.
They was the squad I was actually rolling with last year if they could have stayed healthy. I feel like they deserve a shot to get so back to just see what they can do healthy before they blow up the team. Just get Lonzo healthy and one good playoff run and see what they can do. Because I thought when they were healthy, they could be a team that could fight for the Eastern Conference.
Man.
Last year before all the injuries kicked in.
Yeah, no, the Bulls were fun last year. Injuries and the reality set in, they're just not it. I'm blowing that team up to smithereens, man. I'm blowing them to no return. I'm getting rid of Zach LaVine. I'm getting rid of Lonzo if I can't get any value for him. Getting rid of DeRozan. I think he'll bring back him, and LaVine will probably bring back the most, and Vucevic. And I'm starting all over because the way that team is built, I don't like their floor spacing, to be quite frank. They got a bunch of slashers. I don't like the fact that they're always hurt as well. I just don't think, even if they get healthy for a little bit, I don't think they'll get past the first or second round max. So I'm not willing to risk it. And you go all in on the tank, man. This is the year of Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, I said that right.
That's fact. He gonna come out the rafters, like.
You seen him play, right? You seen him play?
Oh no, his highlights is disgusting, bro. Like it don't make sense for nobody that size doing that, bro.
Watch him play, man. People think he's next in line. Listen, Victor Wembanyama is 7'2". He's 19 years old, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks is what he's averaging. And at that height, man, he crossing people over. He's shooting.
Hand up, back.
Listen, this man shoots 3-point teardrops. I ain't never seen that before. Off of one leg, looking like Dirk from the half court.
Come on, man. He gonna be a problem, bro.
He's an NBA giraffe if he can stay healthy, man. He's different. But what team would you like to see Victor Wembanyama? Yeah, I said it right. It ain't Victor Wembajamas. It's Victor Wembanyama, man. What team you like to see him at, man?
I mean, I don't know if they're in position for that, but I'm always hoping the Knicks get that somebody. I would absolutely hate it if he goes to New Orleans, though. I would hate that for them to stack up the league like that. But I'm always roll with the Knicks. I mean, you don't blame me, but my secondary fan base will always roll with the Knicks.
It would be fun to see him in New York. But you know what? I like this name, and I agree with this man right here. By the way, thanks for a super sticker, bro. My man Hepatitis C says Charlotte. That would be fun to watch, man. Him catching lobs from LaMelo Ball, and if they can get the woman beater back, Miles Bridges, that's gonna be a fun team as well. Now I'm gonna say this: I don't want to see him go to the Pelicans because my heart's gonna drop into my ass.
Real talk.
Can't have that, right? Yeah. But if he does go there, that instantly becomes the funnest team probably in the history of basketball. Watch.
Athleticism, him, Zion, and Bi.
My God, Zion, Bi, Vic, and then you got Grand Theft Alvarado over there.
Ooh, that's a problem.
Man. And they got Herb Jones. Oh man. My God. And they got Devontae Graham and Larry Nance Jr.
They got some.
And let's not forget about CJ McCollum.
I can't forget.
Oh my God,
that would be ugly.
Wait, hold up. My man said Wembanyama to Detroit.
Wembanyama.
Man, hey, listen, that would almost be as ugly as that AV you're using, bro. That's gonna be tough. That would be really, really tough. So, yeah, I'm not sure I want to see him in Detroit, man. Detroit just fumbles everything.
Oh, Detroit. Yeah.
I don't like the way they've been developing their talent. You know, I know they're hurt now, but they drafted some really good talent, and you know, I just they teach them how to lose, to tank.
Yeah, that's real.
So that's horrible. You know, that's why players can't take that next leap. You know, but yeah, man. Let's see. I think I got one more for you. All right. No, actually, that's it. That's it, man. That's it. We made it through another episode of Around the League. It goes like water, doesn't it? When you're having fun, man, it goes quick.
Oh, man.
Now, if you guys have any questions for me or Meez, now is the time to drop it in the chat, man. How you feeling, bro? Plug yourself in. Tell them where to find you. All that.
Hey,
good
man,
stuff.
get me on Twitter, man. Meez the GM, man. I'm just getting started in the game, man. Got the content coming, the game channel coming in with me and the boys. We about to take over, man.
I like that.
We're about to take over.
I might be a guest over there, man. I want to go.
Come on, man, let's get it, man. You know how we do.
I'm trying to come down there, man. Game myself. All right. He said, "Hey Dan, what do you think about Chris Duarte? I heard the Pacers are parting ways with him. Not sure if he's a guard or a wing. I think he'd be exactly what the doctors ordered. You know, he's already, you know, he played in college for 4 years, so he's ready to go. He had a great season. I remember people talking about Rookie of the Year for him last year. He was in the conversation, and all of a sudden they prioritized this new guy they drafted. I forgot his name, Mathurin. Mathurin, right? So one man's trash is another man's treasure, like we've done with so many players. You know, we did that with Malik Monk. You know, we're doing it with Lonnie Walker, Thomas Bryant. But still, I would still prefer Cam Reddish. What do you think, bro? Who do you prefer, Cam Reddish or the rookie Chris Duarte?
Oh, definitely Cam all day. Like his size, like his length, like his athleticism. And we need one of them just hoppers, man. Somebody just put it on somebody's back, get the crowd going, and just change.
Man. How tall is he? He's like 6'8", huh? He's like 6'8".
Oh, he's 6'7", 6'8". Yeah.
I like that kid, man. Look,
we one of those, man. We ain't had one of those since a young Trevor Ariza, man.
Facts. That's the comparison I like right there. What we did with Trevor, the way we developed him, you know, playing alongside greatness like Gasol and Kobe, you coming out to more greatness alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James. All they need you to do is knock down your shots, attack to the rim, and play some defense. That's what we need. Use that size, young man. You know, so that would be great. What do you think of Darvin Ham's small ball, Meez?
I'm off it, man. I try. You know, he got the tough demeanor and all, but when I'm hearing these post games, bro, I hate to say it, I feel like he's in over his head. I'm hearing comments that I'm like, what? I've never heard a coach say this. I don't think he knows what to do when he panics. Okay, let's get more small dudes out there when we need rebounding, his situational lineups, his in-game strategy. I'm not seeing it, bro. I tried to hit on the man, but it's hurting, man. It's costing games at this point. It
is. He's a rookie coach, man, and it shows. He got his tail tucked between his legs. He's afraid to make the right decisions. Thank God. Look, I love little Isaiah Thomas, but thank God we don't have him because he's probably starting at center. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why the front office has done this year after year, man. I don't know if it's the people up top or if it's our coaches. It's just they all got, you know, a small mentality, you know, little man syndrome or something. I don't know. But their wife lied to them or something because size matters, you know, like use it.
Man, that's right. And it's cold because every game after the first quarter, you can go to Twitter. First top of there, Darvin Ham's trending already. The crazy part is I think it's increasing people's basketball IQ because now I'm seeing everybody talking about lineups and substitutes. I'm like, hey, everybody's picking up.
Man, facts, bro. Watch this. I'm gonna change my name to Dtlf, the GM. All bad. But look, check this out. I ain't seen Ham trend this much since Thanksgiving, bro. So it's all bad. You know what I mean? It's all bad right now. But hey, listen, it's the Lakers. We still gonna be here for our squad. Hopefully they do something. Hopefully, right? And as far as the rest of the league, man, well, hey, best of luck to y'all, man, except when y'all play the Lakers. That's gonna wrap it up for me, man. Thanks so much to my man Meez. Definitely follow him on Twitter, man. Say it again, brother, one more time. And I'm gonna plug you in the description. So if you guys want to go follow.
Yeah, man, hit me up, man. We gonna clown, we gonna rant, you know, during the game. But hit me up. We can talk about it, man.
Facts for sure, man. Follow my guy, and I'll see you guys here on the next one. All right. Peace out. Have a great rest of your evening.